Hi guys! Now today, I'm really excited for this video because I'm doing the Best of Beauty 2013 and I have really, this year, I have tried so much makeup. A lot of it, I could go on and on and on about how much I dislike it, and in fact, I'm going to do a part 2, I guess, of makeup that didn't work for me for 2013, not that it's bad, you know, whatever, my opinion on it. But amongst everything I've tried, I feel like what I'm going to show you today are my true favorites, and if all of my makeup were to disappear and this is all I would have left, I'd be pretty happy camper. So I'm excited about it, so I'm going to start and go right into it. I'm going to start with, I'm going to go in order of how you would apply it on the face. First thing is primer, and I have tried a ton of new primers this year, but I go back to the same one that I loved last year, which is the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless. It's a 12-hour perfecting primer, and I do believe that it keeps my makeup on a lot longer. It makes my foundation glide on my skin. It's just perfection. This is my holy grail primer, and I just love it, and I just repurchased a second tube of it so for this year because I didn't use it every single time I wear my makeup because I try to use others. For foundation, I also want to mention that in a lot of these cases, like for foundation, I've got a drugstore and a high-end, and I tried to do that. I tried to go through my collection and see if I had a drugstore version that I loved, to me would compare to a high-end version. So there's that. For foundation, my holy grail foundation has always been, for a good 3 years now, the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I love this foundation. Now, believe it or not, this dries to a semi-matte finish on the skin, which you would think, which is pretty good coverage as well, medium to full coverage, which you would think for someone with sort of normal to dry skin, this wouldn't work for me, but this is the only sort of mattifying foundation that works wonders for me. It's just perfect, makes my skin look flawless. Everyone loves this. Anyone I've suggested this to loves it. It's just the most incredible foundation I have ever tried. And runner-up on my high end is definitely my Makeup Forever HD foundation. Again, this is another foundation I've loved for years, and it's got great coverage. It just gives your face such beautiful luminosity that looks totally natural. I just love this foundation as well. But number one foundation, Estee Lauder Double Wear. You cannot go wrong. No matter what kind of day I'm having, I know if I put that on, my makeup will look flawless. And from the drugstore, an oldie but goodie, I know that everyone raves about the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 Fabulous Foundation, which is a really nice one, but for me, does not compare to the Revlon Color Stay, because I feel like this one, for normal to dry skin, gives me really good coverage. It's buildable coverage, lasts all day long, and it's just fantastic. I love this so much, and I use this all the time. I can't even tell you how many bottles of this I bought because it's one of my all-time favorites. Now for powder, I have two. The first one is the Laura Mercier Mineral Powder. This is technically a mineral foundation. I use this as a powder really lightly. The color is in Rich Vanilla. It is just stunning. It gives you a tiny bit of extra coverage, still almost keeping you a little bit glowy but not greasy looking. It's just, I love this. I love it, and I can wear this when I film Laura in the kitchen without any issues whatsoever, because usually I can't wear anything too glittery when I film for Laura in the kitchen, or too dewy, because I tend to sweat. The bright lights are really bright and hot, but this I can wear, and I just love this. I love that it gives me a little extra coverage. I love that it does kind of keep me matte. I mean, it's a strange combination of things, but this I also have the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but this one in Rich Vanilla, the mineral powder in Rich Vanilla, is just phenomenal. If you want to just look like $1,000,000, you can put this over any foundation and it'll do that. For the drugstore, the powder that has absolutely impressed me more than any other powder this year in general has to be, hands down, this Resistance Formula Mineral Wear Talc-Free Powder, and the color I have it in is beige. This, on top of this, it is like full coverage but non-cakey. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I am so in love with this powder, I can't even tell you. I've used it more than I've used any other powder this year because it just works so well. I love that it gives me a little extra coverage, doesn't make me look cakey if I use it in the right way. And I've just put it right there. I don't know if you can see a little bit of luminosity there, not too much. It's just a fantastic powder. If you are looking for a great powder, definitely give this one a try. I've been branching into Physicians Formula more this year, and I plan to do even more on the upcoming year because I've just been so impressed with the products I have tried, face products that I'm in love. I haven't found any eye products from Physicians Formula that I love, but there are face products I'm just blown away. For bronzers, now I have two bronzers. I have a matte bronzer that I used to contour with all the time, and then I have more of like a bronzing, glowy bronzer that just makes you look like a bronze goddess, and they're both from the drugstore. I have tried so many bronzers this year, and these are the two I go back to because they are just the best. Oops, and I dropped one. So, for the matte bronzer, has to be, without a doubt, my NYX matte bronzer. Now, this is in the color medium tan. The one I really always use is medium. This is a bit darker, which is perfect for summer because I tend to get really tan really quickly. It is just, for me, it's a non-orangey, non-too-dark, almost like natural-looking contour. No matte bronzer compares to this. None that I've tried, and I have tried quite a few, and that is my favorite for contour. It's just perfect every single time. And for that really beautiful goddess bronze look, this I bought a couple months ago, and I can't stop using it. It's just that good. It's the Maybelline Dream Sun Bronzing Powder Glow in 110 Glow Medium. I love to put this all over my face for when I really want to look like a bronze goddess. Look at that right there. It's not too dark. You could definitely sheer it out. It does have quite a bit of luminosity to it, but there's no chunky glitter, which is very, very important to me. And I think used the right way with the right brush, it can look phenomenal. Don't use a dense brush with this. Like, don't use something like this because this is too dense. It's going to pick up too much product and it's going to look way too unnatural. But using a dual fiber brush or a brush like this is the Bobbi Brown bronzer brush. It's just, oh, so good. So that is my favorite bronzers. For blushes, I could go on and on and on about blushes, but the two I have used most this year, all summer, all spring, and quite a bit this fall as well, are these two. I don't have a drugstore one. I love all of my NYX blushes, and I love all of my Milani baked blushes. I love them all, and I've used them, so many of them throughout the year, but the two I use the most were these two, and this is MAC Sunbask. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's just the perfect, like, peachy, bronze, glowy. It's right there. It's not too dark. It's actually not that, I mean, it's a sheer glow, right? It's a sheer tone blush, so it's not going to be as pigmented as certain other blushes, but I just, for some reason, this in the summertime was perfection, and I wear this more than I wore any other blush throughout spring and summer. And following that up is an oldie but goodie, a total favorite of mine, is the Lorac Baked Matte Satin Blush in Exposed. I am wearing Flaunt today, the Lorac, this one. Same thing, but it's in a different color. It's in Flaunt. This one is a beautiful, beautiful coral color, and is just complementary to so many different skin tones, I think anyway. I mean, look at that. It's just gorgeous. It gives you beautiful glow. It's like, it's that summer, like, innocent, flush cheek look. It's just nothing beats this line of blushes. Nothing. And I have so many blushes, probably way more than I would ever need or anyone would ever need in a lifetime. And this is still my all-time favorite blush line. All time, no matter what. For highlighters, I've got an all-time favorite, #1. It's beaten everything I've ever tried in my lifetime. And then I've got a runner-up that's a drugstore that I think it's just fantastic. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know what I'm going to talk about. It's the Laura Mercier highlighter in 01. This is the best highlighter I have ever tried, and I have a slight obsession with highlighters. You would think that once I found my holy grail, I would stop buying them, but I haven't. I just keep buying more and more and more to find something that's better than this, and I have yet to find it. This is the prettiest, subtle, glowy, perfect highlighter I have ever used in my life. That's what it looks like right there. I hope you can see that. There is no chunks of glitter. It's not at all like the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. I think that's just a beautiful highlighter, but I think it's glitter central. I mean, you could see it. It's really unnatural on the skin. This, I can't deal with it. What I love about it is that it's not silver or gold or rose gold. It's just like a beautiful in-between color that I think will really complement any skin tone because it's not too pink and it's because it's not too on the silver side or the gold side. It's just a perfect in-between color, and because it's not chunky and heavy, I feel like it would complement anybody. It's just that fabulous. I absolutely love this highlighter. It's just the best. And for a drugstore version, I went through my collection and I found that I have a few. They're all from Physicians Formula, but I feel like this is the best one. It's the powder in translucent pearl, the Mineral Glow Pearl in translucent pearl. That's what it looks like. This is a beautiful one as well if you didn't want to spend the money on the highlighter, on the Laura Mercier one, excuse me. This is a really pretty one as well. It's slightly more powdery than the Laura Mercier. Therefore, if you apply too much, it can look a little bit too unnatural. But apply the right way, I'm telling you, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. I think it's a bit more on the like rosy. I don't know, you can see that on the like rosy side, which I think is really nice. It's like a slightly pinkish undertone, which I think is nice because again, it's not too gold and it's not too silver, really giving you that stripe along your cheekbone, so on top of your cheekbone. So I think this is a really nice one to go for if you didn't want to spend the money on the Laura Mercier. I tried to, when I was picking out my products for this video, I really tried really hard to pick items that if I had a drugstore equivalent to the high end, then that's the one I wanted to share with you. So there's that. Concealer. Okay, so you guys know that my holy grail concealer has been for years now the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. For 2 years at least, it's been the Maybelline, yeah, because it came out last year. So all last year I used this, and all this year I've used this. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and it is, look, I've got like none left in this one. This is the color medium, which is good because I'm no longer really tan, so I need to start using the light. It is fantastic, but I've also come across this one about a month or so ago by NARS. It's the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and the color I picked it up in is Custard, which I find it's the perfect color for highlighting and concealing under my eyes. This is a fantastic concealer. Now, the reason why I like this a bit more than I like this one is because this gives me more coverage. This is a bit lighter, meaning I can build it up if I want to, but this one gives me more coverage. It does increase when I set it with my Holy Grail setting powder, which, if you've been watching me for a while, you know is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I've been using it with this Laura Geller little, I think this is a contour brush, I don't even know, but it's perfect for under your eyes because it's really soft, and it's like, look at the shape. But it's fantastic. I love them both. Of course, I'm going to repurchase this one because it's a great one to have on hand because I can rely on it more than any other concealer I can rely on, because honestly, I have not yet to use this in hot weather because I only bought this about a month ago and it's freezing cold right now, but I know that this in the summer, in the really hot months, holds up really well. So this is a holy grail for me, but this follows right up. Now, for a corrector, now I know that this is technically, I could kind of skip this part, but I feel like this has made a huge difference in my makeup application, and I have you guys to thank for that because you have really been supportive and suggested that I pick this up, and I have not looked back since. And it's the Armani corrector in number 2. It's like an orange tone corrector, and I pop a little bit under my eyes. I do have really bad under eye circles. I think it's just hereditary. My mother does, all of my aunts do on my mom's side. It's just, my dad does. It's just normal. I can't help it. And this really helps counteract those dark spots under my eyes, and I just pop a little bit of in each eye, in each corner of my eyes, and then I pat it in with my finger before I put on my foundation, and it just really helps conceal those dark under eyes circles. For brows, now you know I am totally challenged in the brow area. I have horrible brows, and I think I just never really had great brows. And it didn't help that years ago I got a horrible eyebrow waxing job from someone years ago, and ever since then they've been even worse. So I have no choice but to have to color my eyebrows in, because otherwise they will look completely horrendous. And my recipe for the perfect brow consists of MAC eyebrow pencil in Spiked, followed up by my Tarte Emphasize Waterproof Amazonian Clay Brow Mousse in Rich Brown, and it comes with a little brush with a spoolie on one end and an angled brush on the other. It is perfect. This combination is what I'm wearing today, is what I wore in my eyebrow routine, which you can find in one of the videos here on Vitale Style. Obviously, you want to find it on Laura in the Kitchen. But this is long lasting. I love it, and to top it all off, the Anastasia brow gel just keeps it all in place. And when I put my eyebrows on, I cannot worry about having to reapply. I don't want to have to worry about having to do anything to it except put them on in the morning and go about my day, and that concoction really works well for me. Now let's move on to eyes. The eyeshadow primer I've been using pretty much all year long is this Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance. I've had this for a really long time. This is my second tube. I just love this. I think this is the best one. It's not too oily. I find that the Urban Decay is a little too oily. The MAC paint pots are a little too dry for me. I can't seem to get them to be really, really creamy. And anyway, underneath any kind of paint pot, I have to put on a primer because I'm just fearful that it's going to crease. And this one has just proven throughout the entire year that does not crease. And it works wonders. And this is it's my favorite eye primer, so I have to mention that. I wasn't going to mention eye base, just because there's so many out there. Like the Maybelline Color Tattoos are great. The Rimmel has some eyeshadow pencils that are fantastic. There's so many out there, but I have to say that my favorite are from Sephora. It's these Jumbo 12-hour crayons. The reason why I love these so much is because they really stand really well on their own. So if you don't feel like wearing anything on top of your eyeshadow, like this for example is in the color, beige. What is your color, I should say. And it dries really fast, and look at that. I'm like rubbing and it is not coming off, and it's not smearing. It holds really, really well on its own. And I wore this in Italy, and it was so hot, and it did not budge. It did not go anywhere. So I have a few of those, and I would like to pick up a few more, but I have to say that this is my favorite eyeshadow base or cream shadow or pencil, whatever, crayon. This is really my favorite. The whole line I think is outstanding. I'll do eyeshadows last. How about that? For eyeliners, for a nice black creamy pencil that goes in my waterline, it does not move. And I've tried so many over the years, and I've never found one that I was absolutely so thrilled about, that I knew for sure was not going to budge for hours and hours on end, until I found this one. This is the Marc Jacobs gel pencil, what it's called? Doesn't say. Yeah, gel crayon, and this is the black one. This, when you put this in your waterline, unlike any other eyeliner I've ever tried, this doesn't move. This stays so well put. Probably have to touch it up twice in an entire day. You put it on in the morning, and if you wear your makeup for about 8 to 12 hours, I would apply another line of it throughout the day, once throughout the day, and it doesn't move. It does not move. It is just the best creamy liner I have ever found. But a really good one from the drugstore is the Maybelline Master Drama, and this is the black one as well. It doesn't have the same long-lasting power as my Marc Jacobs, and it's not as creamy as my Marc Jacobs, but if you're looking for a great affordable one, the Maybelline Master Drama is a long-time favorite of mine that I've used for a really long time. Before I used any high-end pencil, I always use that one. For liquid liner, I have to give it to my all-time favorite, 2 years running. It is the Stila All Day Liquid Liner. This is a sample size. Nothing beats it. best. I don't have anything else to say about this other than if you want your eyeliner to stay on all day, your liquid liner, a nice wing liner to stay on all day, that you need to have this in your life. And in fact, I'm trying to use up a lot of my older ones so that I can just repurchase this one, and I also want to try the Kat Von D one because I heard it's really good, and all the products I've tried from Kat Von D seem to be really pigmented and long lasting, so I'm curious to try that one, and if you did try it, please let me know. For mascara, now I will say that if you asked me a few months ago if there was any high-end mascara worth trying, I would say no. I would really say no. There is no high-end mascara that I think is really worth the money. Until I was given this little tiny one as a sample, which is the YSL Baby Doll Mascara. And honey, this is the bomb diggity dog. It is so good. It gives you such incredible lashes. I'm going to purchase the full size of this because I love this so much. And the reason I love it so much is because I don't have to make a concoction of 2 or 3 different drugstore mascaras to receive the results that this gives me, to get the results that this one gives me by itself. So unfortunately I'm pretty much all out of this one. It's dried up quite a bit because I've used it to death, really. I've used it so much, but this is my favorite. I think it's just the best eye mascara I have ever used in my life. But from the drugstore, one that's really impressed me a lot, and a year ago I'd say definitely the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, which is a great one. But this one right here totally snuck up on me this year, and it was like, move over mascaras, I'm taking the cake. And it's definitely one that took the cake for the drugstore. It is the Maybelline Rocket Mascara, and this totally kicked boots this year in the drugstore mascara world. I can't find another mascara in the drugstore that can compare to this. No way, no how. If you're looking for a great drugstore mascara, pick this one up. For shadows, for eyeshadows that I've used most this year, and I'm so impressed with them, I can't even tell you, is definitely, without a doubt, my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I could use this palette for the rest of my life, and I would be incredibly happy. I could get rid of my Nakeds, I could get rid of my, oh, I really love my Lorac Pro. I could get rid of my MAC shadows, I could get rid of any other palette I have. This palette, these eyeshadows are my absolute favorites. Now, these are shadows I bought separately, and then I made my own little palette. And I did buy some others recently, but they're a little bit too colorful to wear right now, but I'm excited to play around with them. This is what they look like. I got some green ones. I got a nice orangey ones, but I'm excited to play with them. But these are recent. I just purchased these recently, but these I purchased the beginning of summer, I believe, and I've worn these more than I've worn any other eyeshadow. They are creamy, they are buttery, they are pigmented, they are so comparable to high-end shadows. I can't even tell you, and I am just so impressed with Marlena. I think she's done a great job. You can really see the amount of work that went into perfecting these eyeshadows. They're not like, I don't know, I feel, and I'm not disrespecting anyone, I don't want you to think that, but I feel like I admire someone that really paid attention to the quality of the product. I think BH Cosmetics has great shadows. I think Coastal Scents has great shadows, but they are a bit powdery. They are not the same quality from, Urban Decay or whatnot. But these ones, honey, she has hit the ball. What is it? She's hit the ball on the head? The ball on the ball. Anyway, she's hit the nail on the head. There you go, but I wasn't thinking about it, Kim. She hit the nail on the head with these shadows. The pigmentation is phenomenal. They're creamy, they glide on, they are comparable to any other high-end shadow that I own. I'm incredibly impressed, and I can't wait to check out a few more. I think I've purchased all the ones that I really wanted to purchase, so maybe if she comes out with some new ones in 2014, I'll definitely give those a try and then report back. And for lips, now I have to say that the Urban Decay Revolution, wait, is that what they're called? The Urban Decay 24-hour lip pencil, girlfriend, glide on lip pencil. This is a clear one, which I like to put underneath a lot of different lipsticks because it keeps it all longer. I love this clear one, but I love all of them. They are the creamiest things known to man, and nothing feels as good on my lips as this one, is these lip pencils. But the lipsticks are even better in my opinion. I love these Urban Decay Revolution lipsticks. The ones I have that are my real favorites are Native and Naked 2. These are just right up my alley. The Naked 2 is a beautiful nude that's not too nude, so it's great to wear in the summer when I'm a bit tanner. And Native is just a gorgeous peachy pink. This one is Nude 2, right? Naked 2. And this is Native. Great, great, great quality, gorgeous shades, creamy, moisturizing on the lips, really long lasting. They're just the best lip product I've tried this year. But I have to mention the same line of lipsticks I mentioned last year, which is the Revlon lipsticks. These are the super lustrous lipsticks, two of my all-time favorites, which I've had for years now and I've repurchased over and over again, or 01 and 02, and they're both a matte. One's a nude and one is a beautiful like Barbie pink. Now I love me a matte lipstick because then I just feel like it makes your lips look fuller, if that makes any sense. And this is Pink Pout. So I've got Nude Attitude and Pink Pout. They are two of my all-time favorites. You can top them with a gloss and you've got a great lip. And I just think the whole line is great. Now I don't like frost or pearl finish lipsticks because I feel like Molly Ringwald is going to come knocking on my door. 1984 called. They want their lipstick back if I wear a frosted lip. That's just how I feel. For me, I feel like I belong in the 80s when I wear a frosted lipstick because I just remember my mom wearing them and I just don't think it compliments me at all. So I go with a cream or a matte finish and then I put a little bit of gloss on top of it. And I'm not a huge lip gloss wearer. I'm not. But the best lip gloss and my favorite lip gloss I have ever worn and I repurchased probably way too many of is the NARS Turkish Delight. It is just the holy grail lip gloss for me. It goes great over any pink. It goes great over any nude. People complain about the smell, but I don't smell it. I don't think there's anything. It smells like a lip gloss. Doesn't smell like peaches and cream, but it smells like a lip gloss, and I think it's just the best. It's the best. It just gives you that beautiful pout. I don't know. I just love it. But anyways, that's everything I've got. I hope I haven't overwhelmed you, and I hope that you don't mind that this is a slightly longer video, but I really could not shorten this up anymore if I tried. But I really wanted to share these products with you because I think they are the best. And if you're looking for something great to try in 2014, pick any of these products up, and I'm sure that you will enjoy them as much as I do. If you're anything like me and you just love a really good product that stands up to what it claims to do, these products are all phenomenal, and I'm so glad that you have enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so glad that you've been enjoying my Vitale style videos, and I'm really looking forward to 2014, maybe bringing you some really fresh videos. Leave any requests you have for this channel down below. I am going to be doing a self-tanning routine very soon once I self-tan, so I can talk about it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi guys, now today I'm doing the best of 2013 beauty edition, like all of my makeup, and I'm really excited to bring you this video because I feel like throughout the entire year, first of all, is my camera crooked?